One thing we like to do here on Healing Quest is bring you good news, and that's what Judy has for us now, and it's good news about our brains.
That's right, Olivia, and it comes in the form of something called mindfulness meditation.
Apparently the science underneath it has literally turned our thinking about the brain on its head, excuse me.
Yes, it has, and it's a technique that all of us can use to deal with the pressures of everyday life.
Mindfulness really is about learning to observe your thinking and your feelings, your thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them.
Dr. Maxine Barish-Reardon is co-medical director of Sutter's Integrative Medicine Program in downtown Sacramento. She's an enthusiastic proponent of mindfulness meditation.
It's something that's been studied now intensely by neuroscientists since the 1990s. There was a collaboration that began with the Dalai Lama in India and with neuroscientists from several different countries looking at the impact of the practice of mindfulness meditation on the brain and on the production of neurotransmitters in the brain, those things that we feel affect our mood. And the science has been phenomenal in terms of looking at what mindfulness and compassionate meditation do to not only change the anatomy of the brain, the structure of the brain, but also the chemistry of the brain. So it's turned our thinking on its head, where we used to think that the brain was a static structure that really was not capable of changing after young adulthood. We now know that in fact the brain can change throughout adulthood. We can grow new brain cells, we can change the structure of the brain, the neurotransmitters, everything with intentional training and cultivating some of these techniques.
Let's close our eyes. Relax.
The goal of cultivating these techniques is to develop a daily meditation practice that can help deal with the stresses and strains of everyday life. In addition, mindfulness meditation is proving to be helpful in dealing with severe emotional problems.
I was unable to have a conversation that lasted much more than about 20 seconds. So many thoughts were rushing through my head so continuously that I wasn't able to calm the noise, if you will.
Galen Sunderland says the training he received at Sutter Psychiatric Hospital in Sacramento literally turned his life around.
What we've been taught here is that to merge the two, the rational and the emotional mind, and where they merge is an overlapping space called the wise mind.
The key things that we teach people in mindfulness is to be aware of the present moment. Many times people come in so much suffering that they have the past on one side and then they have the future on the other side, and that's a lot for them to juggle.
Some of the techniques that support mindfulness meditation are movement therapy, art therapy, and a technique called Stop, Breathe, and Think.
And out. So how do you feel? More relaxed? More tension?
I feel very relaxed and very present.
Mindfulness is the first core skill that allows them to be in this moment right here. Not to have the past come cascading in, not to have the future dictate where they're going to be, but to be in this moment right here and to fully experience their thoughts, their emotions, their symptoms without judgment and without reaction.
Reach for the sky and then reach for a color that appeals to you.
The first core mindfulness skill we teach is the 3 states of mind. And the 3 states of mind are the rational, emotional, and wise mind. And many times people come into our setting because their emotional mind has gone extreme and their emotions are starting to control them. So our goal is to get people to first properly identify what state of mind they're experiencing and then teach them skills to get into their wise mind.
It doesn't take much thought when I'm in the emotional thing, just kind of freaking out. I can go, oh, hey, okay, I'm freaking out. It's time to take a nice deep breath. Time to stop, time to think, time to breathe. And the breathing brings me back into how can I deal with this rationally.
Once we teach people the core skill of the 3 states of mind, then we also teach people the what and how skills of mindfulness. And that is what you do. You observe, you describe, and you participate. And then how you do it is non-judgmentally, mindfully, and effectively.
Pick a color and draw a picture using that color that sort of typifies you when you're in extreme emotional mind.
And what people find also is that the practice spills over into the day, so that you spend those 20 or 30 minutes and really develop a sense of peace and of groundedness, and you find that you take that into your day. You respond to the events of your day with more equanimity, with more awareness, and that allows you to really bring the benefit into your daily life.
So lastly, I would like you to pick a color that expresses your wise mind, when you're in your wise mind.
Of course, not everyone needs intense therapy to develop mindfulness meditation, but acquiring those skills can pay big dividends in everyday life.
What it takes is cultivation and practice. So you have to learn how to do it, and then you have to cultivate it. But once people get this, and once they have the experience of it, and they experience the relief that they feel, there's no turning back.
It's almost like they're going through a discovery journey where they're saying, this is the life that I've lived. I no longer want to live that life. I now know what I want to live. I now know what my values are. This is where I want to be. Can you guys help me build a bridge to get to where I want to be?
I've represented my wise mind as a four-leaf clover. Four-leaf clovers to me signify kind of the ultimate of finding your path, if you will. As I was drawing it, I had a very strong emotional sense of finding peace. The whole thing is a neat representation of what we've been trying to say, is that emotions are so intense and the rationality is so rational, but somewhere in the middle they have to merge and make sense, and that's what this is. It's them coming together, and this is life, this is comfort, this is everything is perfect.